Sooner or later, almost everyone faces the same question. Is it better to buy or to rent a home? At first, this sounds like a simple financial decision, but in reality, it is a life decision. Because where you live shapes how you live. Buying feels like stability. Renting feels like freedom. And people often argue about which one is smarter. But the truth is, there is no single correct answer. There is only the answer that fits your life right now. When you buy a home, you are not just buying walls and a roof. You are buying responsibility. You are choosing a long-term commitment. Every payment you make feels like building something permanent. It feels like progress. It feels like security. But security always comes with a price. Buying is usually more expensive than people expect. There are taxes, there are repairs, there is insurance. There are unexpected problems that appear when you least want them to. A broken pipe, a leaking roof, a heating system that suddenly stops working in winter. All these costs grow quietly over time, and many people forget to include them when they compare buying and renting. Renting looks different. When you rent, your costs are more predictable. You pay one amount each month, and most problems are not your responsibility. If something breaks, you call the owner. If the washing machine dies, you don't panic about money. You just wait for it to be fixed. That is why renting feels lighter. It feels flexible. It feels like you can move whenever life asks you to move. And life often asks you to move. New jobs appear, relationships change, dreams evolve. Cities become too small or too crowded. Renting allows you to follow those changes without chains. Buying, on the other hand, ties you to one place. This can feel comforting. It can feel like having roots, a place that is truly yours. A place where you can paint the walls any color you want, where you can build something that reflects who you are. But it can also feel like a cage, because once you buy, leaving is harder. Selling takes time. Markets go up and down. And sometimes your life changes faster than your house can be sold. Many people buy because they are afraid of wasting money on rent. They hear the same phrase again and again. Renting is throwing money away. But this is only half true. Yes, when you rent, you don't build property value. But when you buy, you don't just build value either. You also take risk. A house can grow in price, but it can also lose value. Neighborhoods change. Economies change. Interest rates change. Nothing in life is guaranteed. Buying is not automatically an investment. It becomes an investment only if your timing is right and your life stays stable. And life is rarely stable. This is why time is more important than price. If you plan to stay in one city for 10 or 20 years, buying can make sense. But if you are unsure about your future, renting may actually be the smarter financial decision. Young people often choose renting, not because they cannot buy, but because they value freedom. They want to try different cities, different careers, different lifestyles. Families often choose buying, not because renting is bad, but because stability becomes more important than movement. Neither choice is wrong. They simply serve different seasons of life. Buying locks money into walls. Renting keeps money liquid. Liquid money can be used for business, for education, for experiences, for emergencies. But liquid money can also disappear easily if there is no discipline. A house, on the other hand, forces discipline. You must pay every month. You must take care of it. You must commit. Some people need that structure. Others feel trapped by it. That is why this decision is psychological, not just financial. Some people buy too early. They lock themselves into one place before they know who they really are. Others rent too long. They avoid commitment even when their life is already stable. Wisdom is knowing when to change. Your job matters. Your plans matter. Your tolerance for risk matters. If your income is unstable, renting gives you breathing room. If your career is steady and your plans are clear, buying may build long-term value. Money is not the only currency in this decision. Time is also wealth. Peace of mind is also wealth. Freedom is also wealth. The smartest decision is conscious, not emotional, not driven by fear, not driven by social pressure. Because many people buy just to look successful. They buy because others are buying. They buy because society tells them that ownership means adulthood. But your home should fit your life, not the other way around. Some years you rent, some years you buy. There is no shame in either. What matters is awareness. Buy when you want roots, rent when you want wings. Both paths can lead to success if you walk them with intention. Your life is more than walls and contracts. It is a journey. Choose the path that fits your season, not someone else's dream. Buy or rent. The power is not in the contract. The power is in understanding yourself. And the best home is the one that lets you live fully. Subscribe for more stories about life and money.